Hey, what's going on? This is the games I've got for February 2018, and I think I have about 11 or 12 games. One new console, if you want to call it that. Um, but first up is Call of Duty Ghosts. I got it at a pawn shop for less than $3. This one pawn shop I stop at usually once or twice a week. They've basically marked all their 360 and PlayStation 3 games down to less than $3. So like I don't even go to thrift stores anymore, but I'll go to this pawn shop because they will have some games from time to time that are sort of worth $3. But I had a decent time with this. I almost said fun, but I mean it was a good campaign. I mean that's why I would play these games. It's nothing like groundbreaking, but it still was a decent experience. I think I might have played 6 or 7 hours of it and beat it pretty easy. But I mean I can't complain for paying less than $3. So what else? I got a blind box game from Limited Run, except I didn't actually buy this from Limited Run. I have got actually, if I went through my collection of Limited Run PlayStation games, it'd probably be very few that I actually bought from Limited Run. Some of the ones that I was interested in, like Flint Hook is a good example. Risk of Rain, I think, is another one. I just buy them on eBay because people just don't want them anymore, and I'll buy them pre-owned, or I'll buy versions of them that people just like. For instance, this one was probably person got the blind box and was not happy with the game they got, so they just put it on eBay. I did one bid, and there was only one bid, and I won the auction, and I got this game for $20. So it's a lot better than buying them on the actual website and on the sale time. I mean, if it's a game that you can just wait around and just kind of bide your time, which I did with this one. This one is a game called Chariot. It's just a platformer. I don't have too much experience or knowledge with it, but it is sealed. The person never opened it. It did, honestly, like buying these limited run games. I don't mind if they're used. I mean, especially if I can get them a lot cheaper. I'm not like a purist or anything. I just kind of want to play some of the games. But I still need to open that and play that at some point. For some reason, I kind of have had my eyes on some of these PlayStation 2 games that are Greek and Roman type games. Like there's a Colosseum game. There's a Capcom game that's also like a Colosseum. It's like something of Rome. But I decided to buy this one because this one, I think, oftentimes gets praised the best of the three as far as like being like a Greek and Roman style game. It's like a hack and slash, kind of like a Diablo style or like a gauntlet type game. I played like one mission and I liked what I played. It was pretty fun. Kind of mindless fun. But yeah, Spartan Total Warrior was a good purchase. I think I paid $10 for it on eBay. I think it was like a buy it now for like 13 or 14, and I just offered them $10 and they took it free. It was free shipping. I love eBay. This is a Play Asia game called Bleed and Bleed 2. The way that the title is read, they have it positioned, it almost kind of looks like it's Bleed to Bleed or something like that. But it's just the first game was Bleed and then Bleed 2, and they came as individual discs. You might see some people getting these, the other people that do YouTube videos like this, they might start getting this in. I've had this for more than a week now, but um, I played through Bleed, and it was a good experience. And then I've played through about three quarters of Bleed 2. Um, I think that what they should have done was combine these together in one package, in one game, because they're really like really short games. Like they're literally like 7 levels, 7 missions, and that's it. They kind of have like mini bosses sprinkled throughout each level, and then like a final boss at the end, I believe. Um, but to only be 7 levels, like it could be. I think I was able to beat it just in like not even 3 hours, I think. Um, and a lot of it has to do with the fact of trial and error because it's not an easy game. It's a twin stick shooter, kind of like Mega Man. Um, it is a definitely a replay type game. That's probably where the attraction is. But again, Play Asia has, I think it still might be on sale. I don't know. I just bought it right away. I thought it would be fun. It is fun. Not so sure if it was worth $40 plus shipping, I think. But I had some money in my PayPal account, so I just went ahead and got it. I think I would have liked it better if it was combined as one package. Like a lot of there's been other indie games that have done that with like sequels and stuff, where this should have probably been a game that was like $29.99 and in one case, one disc, because it's nothing. It's not like it's pushing the system at all. I got this at the pawn shop that I got the Call of Duty game at, and I like to buy DVDs there too. But this is Little Nightmares. I really only played this for like 5 minutes, and then I turned it off. Not because I didn't like it. I think I tried to play in it one night right before I got too tired and just realized that why I needed to go to sleep type of thing. But I think they didn't have a price tag on this, and I asked the one guy, because it's just behind a case, and I asked the guy, what's the price on it? And then he like went right on his computer, and I could tell he was getting on eBay, I'm pretty sure, to look up like what it goes for. And he said $10, and then I said, nah, that's no thanks. And he's like, what do you want for it? And I said $5, and I think he gave it to me for $5 because I was buying some movies. So it was only $5, so it's not too bad. Some of the guys that were nearby that were like salesmen were saying they played this before and they liked it. So I can't complain. The Prince of Persia trilogy, all three Prince of Persias from the Xbox and PlayStation 2, GameCube era. I tried playing the first one, The Sands of Time. Even with this being like an HD remaster, this game did not age very gracefully. I tried putting in maybe an hour, maybe a little more than an hour, maybe 2 hours of Sands of Time, and it just did not. The game mechanics of like modern day games just like destroy the fluidity of this 2000 era PlayStation 2 era games like these Prince of Persia games. It's just like the motion of like fighting is just like so clunky, and I think the camera's a little rough to deal with. But I was hoping to kind of rekindle that experience of playing these games, and I don't know if I'm gonna actually stick with it. I have had a large desire to play through a lot of the God of War games, and I've played through already so far this year. I think I've played through almost 4 of them out of the whole series. So that was kind of the reason why I went ahead and bought this, thinking I would do something similar for this series, but I'm probably not going to stick with it. I mean, I don't regret buying these. I might actually maybe get rid of the other ones I have, the older versions, just to free up space. But it's a shame that with these HD remasters, they couldn't have kind of to maybe update the controls a little bit too. Already did Bleed. Another GameStop game I got was World to the West. It's kind of hard to describe what this game is like because it's definitely an indie top-down platformer type game. I don't want to call it like a Zelda type game, but it kind of has some of those Link to the Past-esque vibe to it. It's definitely like a puzzle platformer, but you have different characters that you play as. I only played as like 2 or 3 characters, and I didn't really get too far in it, so I just got preoccupied with other stuff. Like Bleed was the other one that I was playing a lot. Alright, some 3DS games. I'm very glad I got them for not too expensive a price. These are some big hitters in the collection for 3DS. For some reason, I've just been gravitating towards trying to get as many of these as I can before they become really difficult. First up is Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga. This just came out like literally maybe 3 or 4 months ago. I think like right before Thanksgiving, around there, Christmas. And this was not that expensive on eBay. I think some of them are going for like the $20-$25 range. I got this for $20, free shipping. A lot of times when I bid on eBay, I just do kind of like a max bid of what, and I'm pretty cheap, of what I would pay, and then if I just ride out that bid, then I will buy it. If I have some competition and they kind of go up beyond what my bid was, then I just let it go. And nobody else bid on this, and so I was surprised I got it for $20. I never got to experience the version on Game Boy Advanced, but I probably played 2 hours of this, and I'm enjoying it. It's a nice game. I don't have a whole lot of experience with Mario RPG, but I knew I didn't want to do some of like the more modern ones before maybe doing this one. I know that the one on the Super Nintendo is the original, but this one's also a really good one to start with what I've read and what I've watched as far as people recommending. So this is actually what is currently in my 2DS, and I still probably will continue to play it. The other game that I was really shocked that I won on eBay, same type of deal. I just put a bid in, and nobody else competed. Nobody else got it. I don't remember. I think it might have been one of a weird ending time for an auction, maybe like midnight or 1 a.m. or something like that, and that may have helped me out. But this was literally less than $20. It was like an $18 or $19 auction win. Like nobody else bid on it, and there's nothing wrong with it. Game works fine. I think everything's inside of it, and I think I've been like looking at trying to get this for like the last 2 years, and just somehow got lucky. But yeah, less than $20 was really nice. And then today I got this. I normally don't waste my time looking on Craigslist, but over the weekend I was looking on, I think, Sunday, and I saw a guy made a post about this game. It was just this game alone, no other games, and he wanted $25 for it. And I just emailed him and I said, hey, would you take $20 for it? I said, I can pick it up and whenever is convenient for you. Just trying to be nice and positive. And the guy emailed me back like literally 20-30 minutes later, and he's like, yeah, $20 is fine. I'll take that. So I got this Fire Emblem Awakening for $20. I still haven't gotten a chance to play Birthright. I mean, I played it, but just not very long. And I think I would probably want to play this first, then play Birthright, because I've everything I've done research on as far as like trying to get into Fire Emblem, people always recommend this one in particular as a good starting point. So I'm not mad to get this for $20. I know that a lot of my games kind of fall into the range of like $10 to $20. So as long as they're good games, that's really where my philosophy stands, as far as just, you know, if you're gonna play the game, try to get it for as cheap as you can, but you're gonna have to spend money if you're gonna actually collect games. And then the last thing I got, this one I've been playing off and on throughout February, is the Super Nintendo Classic. I probably shouldn't have gotten this, but I ended up treating this like it was a Valentine's Day gift from my wife. I just asked her if she'd get it for me, and she did. Reason why I said I probably shouldn't get it is because I have a Raspberry Pi 3 that has complete sets of a lot of the older consoles. Like, it's got complete sets for Super Nintendo, Nintendo, TurboGrafx, Sega Genesis, all these old systems. It's got every game. But then I was like, well, I just love the Super Nintendo so much, and I like the save feature that this has, which is much more of a guaranteed way of saving than the way the Raspberry Pi works. It's easy to screw up a save state on the Raspberry Pi, and then like it just gets frustrating. So this was appealing, the fact that I can actually beat a lot of these games if I just use the save feature that's on this. So that was really what the significant attraction to get this game, or get that system. Plus, I also want to add games, like some of the games I have as ROMs, I can add them to it. That's what I'm hoping to do. So I have it set up over here, and the other thing that I got was a cheap TV at this pawn shop that I go to, and I only paid $15 for it. So let's see if it works, hopefully. Oh, you know what? I have the Vita set up on it, that's why. The technical difficulties. Let me see if I can at least get something to boot up on it. But it's a nice little TV. Should boot up here in a second. But just to have nice little TV off to the side is nice. It's only like a 19-inch TV. But yeah, Super Nintendo Classic and a nice cheap little TV for $15. I can't complain. So those are the games I got. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you got, and I will see you next time.